Hi guys, hope you're doing good. In this video, we are going to learn about closures. Closures are function objects that remember values in enclosing scope even if they are no longer present in the memory. Now let me explain you this with some example. Let me have a function called as outer fun. Let it take some argument called as MSG, and let me create an inner function, and inside that let me say print, and let me say MSG followed by my name, and here let me say written inner fun, right? So in nested function, you would have seen that I've created a function within another function, but like I would have never returned the function out of it, right? So if at all you have not seen what is nested function, I've given the information in the description. You can go and watch that. We can pass a function as an argument to another function, and we can also return a function from the function, right? So now this function will be considered as objects, right? So whenever I pass a function as an argument, that will be considered as an object. Whenever I'm going to return a function from another function, that will be considered again as an object, right? So let me call this function from here first. Let me say fun assign out of fun, and let me pass hi. Right. Now here what will happen? The outer function will be called, and I'm passing a information hi that will go to the variable or an argument called as MSG, and when it comes here this will be not be touched because it's just a function definition. And what I do from here is I'm just returning this function, right? So when I return something from my function, it means that I'm coming out of the function, and this will be no longer in the scope, like I'll be totally coming out, but still the variable MSG will remember the message which is I have passed here. So this is called as closure. This concept what we are using here is called as closure, right? So I'll repeat again. If you want, you can listen to me again, right? I am just calling the function outer function, and I'm passing a string called as hi to the argument MSG, and I'm defining a function here which I'm not touching it, like I'm not calling it anyway, right? And I'm returning out of the function by returning the inner function name, right? So when I return the inner function name, that will be stored in fun, right? So when it comes here, the fun will be storing the information of inner function, right? Inner fun, right? Now here let me call the function fun, and when I run this code, you can say hi Samuel. Now how it is happening? The outer function which passed the message hi, which is stored in MSG, which is still remembered even if I come out of the scope, right? This is called as closure, right? Now I can say hi underscore fun, and say hi, and say hello underscore fun, and I say outer fun of hello, and let me call the function with hi fun and hello fun separately. Now here, let me tell you what's happening, right? I'm calling the function outer fun, and I'm passing the message hi to MSG, and there is an inner function which is defined, which stores MSG as hi, which remembers it, and then from here I'm returning the inner fun, right? So when I return inner fun, that is getting stored in hyphen. So this is the function object which is getting stored, right? This information of inner fun, and again I'm calling another function called as outer fun, and I'm passing hello to the same argument MSG. Now here you would wonder, like, what will happen to hi? It still remembers in the function object hi fun, right? So it still remembers it, right? That's the reason we are going for closure, right? Closure helps you to remember the value in the enclosing scope even if they are no longer present in the memory, right? Now MSG is no longer present in the memory. When I return this, when I return inner fun, it will come here. This MSG, the variable, will be no longer present in the memory, but it still remembers the value, right? That is what I was trying to explain you, right? So let me run this code. So it says hi Samuel and hello Samuel, right? So it has nothing to do with MSG. Even I come out of it, this hi fun and the hello fun function objects remembers the value still, even if if I come out of the function. Let me give you one more example to make you understand clearly. Let me say def power of. Now I'm going to find the power of any value. So let me say n, and let me create an inner function called as find power, and let it take one more argument called as x, and here I'll say return x power n, and after this I'm coming out of this block and say return find power. Right, now this process is totally getting returned back to the function object, which I'm going to use here. Right, so let me say square assign power of 2, and then let me say cube assign power of 3. Now what will happen here, right? What will happen here is that I'm calling the function power of, that is the outer function, and I'm passing 2 to n, and here internally I'm defining a function, an inner function called as find power, and I may need to pass something to it. As of now I'm not passing anything, right, because this is not being called, right? So this entire process is getting returned with the help of find power as a function object to square, right, and which still remembers n as 2. The square object, function object, right, remembers n as 2. Now here one more method I'm calling, that is power of 3, right? I'm passing to this n, n will be stored with 3, and here I'm defining a function called as again find power, which remembers n as 3, and that will be returned to cube. Now Q object will be remembering n as 3, and square object will be remembering n as 2. Now which is in turn like storing the function object find power, right? Now let me say print square of let me say 6, and then say print cube of 3. Let me run this code for you. So you get square of 6 is 36, and cube of 3 is 27. So this is how closure helps you. Now I repeat again, this is very important. Closure is a function object that remembers the value n here, as for the code, remembers the value n even if you're no longer in the scope, right? When I say return find power, you're no longer in the scope of def power of function. Even after coming out of this function, my function objects remembers the value n. Okay, so when I say square of 6, which function will be called? Find power function will be called, right? Because when I say pound of 2, it is returning find power, and that will be stored in square object, right? So when I say square of 6, this find power function will be called, and x will be stored with 6. It says 6 power 2 will provide you 36. Again, when I say cube of 3, the same function will be called. At this point of time, cube function object will remember n as 3. So when I say 3 power 3 gives you 27. Hope you understood this, guys, right? Now let us see one more example. Let me say string str1 comma str2, and then I say return. I'm going to return a message saying hello str1 and str2. Let me say print, and then string of Samuel comma Edison. Now let me run this code for you. So you're getting the message hello Samuel and Edison. Now if at all some task is given to you to make the entire thing into caps, but one more instruction has been given that you should not touch the string function which is already there. Now what should you do? Now that is what I'm going to explain you, how to change or convert this entire information into caps without touching my method which is already there. Now for this, if I say I should not touch this, then I may need to use one more method. Now let me tell you, let me create a new function for you now. Let me name it as caps.py. Now from here, as I said already, I should not touch this, but I need to do something here. Now what should I do that, right? So let me comment this code. Now from here, let me use the method what I'm going to do here to convert this, right? So for that, I may need to, if I need to do something to this without changing this, I may need to pass the method, right? So I'm going to pass the method string to some function, right? Let the function name be outer function, right? And let me write the code here for you. I'll say def outer fun, which takes the function as argument, right? So now this fun becomes a function object which is going to take string as argument. Okay, now let me write a inner wrapper method. That's the inner method. Let's say caps underscore function. Now here, what is going to do, I'll tell you what is that I'm going to do here. One, let me say return caps function. So from here, I'm going to return the caps function, right? So when I say I'm going to return the caps function, that may need to be stored somewhere. So let me say closure fun, right? And then when I return this from here, that is the caps fun is getting returned. I need to do something here, right? What I need to do, I need to convert this entire thing to caps. Now when I say like I'm returning that, I need to do something to this, like I may take some argument from here, right? How will I do it, right? So I'll say closure fun, and I'm going to pass these two arguments, right? So when I pass these two arguments, I may need a parameter to store it. So since it is more than one, let me go for more than one star args, right? I'll go for star args, and then from here I'll say return fun. What is fun? Fun is what I pass from here is that is string, right? So fun is going to hold string. If I go there, you can see. 1 minute. I'll say star args. Now what I need to do is the entire information need to be converted to upper. Let me use the upper method to do that. Right. So let me put it side by side so that you can understand. Okay. Now here I have a method here called as def string, right? And then that takes two argument, and I'm saying hello. I'm returning this, right? Now what's actually happening here is I'm calling the outer function, outer fun, right? And then I'm passing string. String is this function is getting passed to fun. Now fun is holding the information of string, that is a string method, and I'm defining a function inside, which I'm not calling or anything. I'm just defining a function inside, and from here I'm returning cap fun, right? So when I say return cap fun, it comes to closure fun object, and from here I'm going to call closure fun. So when I say call closure fun, it will go here, and Samuel and Edison is getting stored in star args. Now when I come here, I'm saying fun. What is fun? Fun is already having string. So this directly comes here. So when this directly comes here, this str1 and str2 will be holding Samuel and Edison respectively, and then I am returning this statement here, right? As of now, I am talking about this, nothing else. So when I say fun star args, it comes to string method, and which takes str1 and str2 as Samuel and Edison. And then when I come here, it returns this statement to the function call where it happens. So this place will be holding hello Samuel and Edison. And here I use the method dot upper. So when I say dot upper is used, this entire statement, right, hello Samuel and Edison, will get converted to upper case and then will get returned back to this place. Now here I may need to say print because it's returning something and we need to print it. So let me run this code for you. I forgot to include the function here. We need to include the module. I'll say from caps import, I'll say outer fun. That's what I'm including from here. Let me save this and this as well. Let me run this code again. Now you got it, right? So you got the entire thing converted in caps. And let me run it again for you so that you can see what's happening, right? Okay, let me explain this code again for you once again. I have a function called as def string, right, where I am just printing the statement hello string 1 and string 2, which holds Samuel and Edison previously. Now if I want to do something to this to make this entire string 2 get converted to caps, and I should not touch this function. That is what the task given to you. Without touching this function, I may need to convert the entire statement to caps. And for that, I am creating a new function called as outer fun, wherein I am just passing the method or the function string to that function that's getting stored in outer fun, right? And then I'm coming back by returning the caps function, where I'm converting the entire statement to caps, right? So now here I'm calling that function closer function, which in turn calls the caps function, correct? And I'm passing Samuel and Edison, that's getting stored in star args. And from here I'm calling the function string with fun, right, because fun is what's storing string. And then I'm passing star args, which is holding Samuel and Edison. It comes here, and here I'm returning hello Samuel and Edison, which is in the normal form, which comes here, and then that's getting converted to upper, and then I'm returning back to the print statement, right? Hope you got it, guys. I'm done with this video, guys. If you have any doubts or queries, please comment in the comment section. I'll definitely get back to you. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and do subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.